Hello, friends, and welcome to the Healthy Beyond 40 podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about how the holidays are right around the corner, and I know it gets easy to feel stressed, to overeat, or to skip workouts. So in this episode, I'm going to share some simple and effective workouts you can do at home to keep your body strong, your energy up, and your stress in check without spending all the hours at the gym. Because if you don't know me, I work out at home most of the time. Sometimes I will go do a yoga class, but we don't have to make things complicated. We can keep things simple. Hi, friends, and welcome to the Healthy Beyond 40 show. I'm Michele, mama 4 and military wife, and I'm passionate about helping women get healthy from the inside out so they can feel better and live their best life. Do you feel like you're struggling to lose weight and get in shape? If you're ready to develop healthier habits, exercise consistently, and lose weight sustainably, then you're in the right place. I combine my expertise from my doctorate in physical therapy to my experience as a health coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher to bring you actionable steps for a healthy lifestyle. No magic pill here, so lace up those shoes and get moving. So first, I want to start out with talking about quick strength and core moves that can help boost your metabolism and protect your back. So with my background in physical therapy, it's really important to me that we are exercising correctly. And we're also, when we're exercising our body, we want to focus on our whole body, right? We don't want to just strengthen our abdominal muscles and ignore our back muscles, or even like our arms and ignore our back. Our back and our core is so important. So maybe you have heard someone that has like sneezed and blown out their back, or they pick like a Kleenex up off the floor and they blow out their back and they hurt it and they're in pain. And we can strengthen our muscles, know how to stretch our muscles, know how to pick things correctly up off the floor so that we can feel better and have a stronger core. And research shows that core stabilization exercises are effective in reducing back pain and improving function. And this matters because when we are busy and stressed and we're skipping workouts, our core and our back are going to get weaker and weaker. And then that might even flow into our posture. And we probably have seen that older person who has like rounded shoulders, hunched forward, and they're not able to come up. Because eventually when someone gets older and older and they start being more hunched like that, their bones start to just form like that. So we really want to have a strong back, a strong core, strong muscles all together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share 3 workout moves you can try at home. And I'm actually going to put the little video clips in the description of this podcast so you can actually see a video of me doing it too. These are the videos that I use in my personal training app. So when I'm customizing workouts for clients, I have like hundreds of video clips of me showing how to do it. And I create the workouts so they can do them at home on their own time, but they know how to do the moves correctly. So they have that really good instruction. And in the app, they can also send me videos to get feedback if they need it. So the first one, I'm just verbally going to explain these, is a pelvic tilt. This is like the most important exercise for everybody to know. So it's knowing how to contract your lower abdominal muscles because you're going to use this in any core exercise you do. So a plank, even if you were to do a sit-up, even though I don't like those, you have to do this pelvic tilt first. When you go to do an overhead press, or even if you're doing a bench press, you have to do this pelvic tilt to engage the core muscles. So we do this by laying on our back with our knees bent, and we're pushing our low back down into the ground and we're holding. And so sometimes that can just take a little bit to figure out. The second exercise is the bird dog. I like this one. So you're on your hands and your knees and you're pretending like there's a glass of water on your back and you're keeping your back stable. And then you're going to extend your opposite arm and opposite leg. First, it's always good to start with just an arm, just a leg. And then when you progress, you can have opposite arm, opposite leg at the same time. And this really helps to focus on that stable spine and that stable core. There's going to be lots of muscles working together when you do this one. The other one I like is side plank. So when we think of our core, we have our stomach, our sides, and our back. We want to work all those. So a side plank, you can be on your knees or your toes. I like to be propped on my elbow, and we're lifting that bottom hip up off the mat. So again, I'll have little video links in the description so you guys can see these too. So these are really short, quick strength moves that support your core. And we want to do exercise that are going to increase our muscle mass, because the more muscle we have, the more calories we're going to burn, the more fat our body's burning. When we have a strong core, we're protecting our back and really giving us the foundation. So even if you think of an exercise where you're reaching up overhead, or maybe you're reaching down to the ground, if you have a strong core, you're going to be able to do that with so much more ease. All right. Point number 2 here I want to stress is just the importance of having short workouts and how that can make a difference when it comes to food. So one of my clients, she committed to working out first thing in the morning. And we coached through this to get to the point where she was like 100% intentional, like, I'm going to do this, right? Because sometimes we're not there. We might be like 75, 85% there. But through coaching, we got her in that mindset perspective, 100% there. She was going to work out in the morning every day. And that could be like a 10, 15, 20-minute workout. It didn't have to be long, but she was going to commit to that. And what she noticed is when she started doing this, she just started feeling more motivated throughout the day. So she was reaching for less sweets. She felt more in control. She had like this calm because she just felt good about herself. You know, when we get those endorphins going and we know we have this important thing we want to do checked off our list already. So a lot of times when our stress is high, our body is also really craving to burn off some of that energy. So a quick workout is a great way to give that nervous system a reset. And we don't want to do a workout that's going to stress our body more. So we want to think what we're doing. So we may not want to do hard cardio if we are feeling super stressed. Maybe we're going to air it more towards yoga, or maybe we can do a short strength exercise and feel good. So I encourage you. This is a challenge for you guys. If you're not getting movement or exercise in, and movement here could be your walk, exercise is going to be strength training or yoga or Pilates or something like that, is to commit to yourself. And I really encourage morning workouts if you are struggling with this, because it gets lost in our day if we think we're going to do it in the evening or some other time. It totally can work for some people. But if you're struggling with this, figure out how you can fit a morning workout in, or a morning walk or something that you're starting your day off with movement. I even know for myself, if I start with either my walk or a workout in the morning, my day just feels better. So I challenge you, if you do not have a consistent workout or walking time, is to commit to something in the morning for at least 10 minutes. So whether that's walking, doing a couple strength moves, doing yoga, whatever that is. And then I also encourage you that if you're stressed, to add 2 minutes of breath work. So deep belly breathing, where you're breathing in through the nose, you're having the belly expand. We want the breath to not just be in our chest, we want it to go down to our belly. And then that slow breathe out. I like to purse my lips like I'm blowing through a straw. And then that belly goes in. So 10-minute workouts, 2 minutes of breath work, and see how that changes, see how that feels. And I always encourage my clients to start with an experiment. So experiment with this for a week and see how it goes for you. Do you feel better when you start your day with a workout and some breath work? I also want to share one of my favorite products that can be especially good around the holidays when we are feeling stressed and we're just more busy and there's more things going on. I definitely keep up with my Organifi green juice, as it has a clinical dose of ashwagandha, which is a stress adaptogen herb. So it helps your body handle stress. And you won't find that in most greens. I haven't found it in another one. And it can really help to give you some steady energy. So I like to start my day with the green juice. I either add water and lemon to it, or sometimes I'll do an unsweetened almond milk and unsweetened protein powder too. And their other product I love having at night is their gold. I love the pumpkin spice flavor. They also have chocolate, and I find it just helps me to unwind. It has turmeric, which helps with inflammation, and lemon balm, which is a calming herb. And this can be especially great if you still have your cycle to have before or during your cycle. All right, there's going to be a link for that down below. Use the code HEALTHY20 to save 20% off. All right, and my next point is going to be why consistency beats intensity. So sort of like I was saying with that morning challenge, is when we can do something consistently, it becomes a habit and we're going to do it more. So I would rather have someone commit to a shorter workout, like 10 minutes daily, versus like 3 30-minute workouts. Because most people, and everyone's different, so don't think that you can't do 3 30-minute workouts, but most people will find that if they consistently do something every day, it becomes a habit and it becomes part of that routine versus like, ooh, I have to think about, oh, today's Monday and this is the day I work out. Tomorrow I don't have to. So typically it's better to have that consistency. And I also, so even though we're coming upon the holidays, like don't put things off. So often we want to push off our health when it's so much better to just start. It's so easy to find an excuse. I know holiday time is like one of the busiest times. So doing something small, doing something now, even if it's small, like a 5 or 10 minute workout, beats waiting till you get to that magical thing where you think you have all the time to do it. I've been doing personal training and health coaching for a while now, and typically during November and December, it really drops off people setting up new calls or starting with me. And then as January comes, it like picks up. So I want you to think that you don't have to wait till after the holidays to do something. So we can start right now. And the clients that I do have that start like right before the holidays or now, they're finding success. One of my clients that I was working with last year for one of the holidays, she's like, I'm going to have one piece of candy each day. So that's what she did last year. This year, she's able to take it a step further, and she actually went the whole season without any candy. So I share that story because you might be at different points. So maybe you feel like it's too overwhelming to start this holiday. But what can you start with? Like, you're not going to get to that end point right away, and doing it in a way that feels healthy is good and sustainable. So what can you do this holiday season to start taking care of you and to start being healthy and to build some consistency? You don't have to wait till the holiday's over. You can start something now. And maybe in a year or two from now, it's going to be a little different. You might be a step further. Okay, my next point I want to make is how important it can be to have guided workouts, especially if you don't have a plan or you don't know what you're doing. So this is one of the reasons why I have my personal training online, the app, and then I also have a membership, because so many people I hear from, they're overwhelmed with the options out there. They're trying to Google it on YouTube, what they should do, but they're worried about injury. They're not sure how to follow. They start something and then they stop. So having a clear guided workout and program can be super helpful. And having something that is teaching you to work out safe and effective, and also thinking about your whole body, right? We don't want to just like, for example, I had someone who just strengthened the chest muscles. This wasn't someone that was working with me. This is a story that I heard. This person was doing a lot of push-ups. So strengthening the chest muscles. And then this person started getting pain. Well, they're not stretching the chest. They're not working those back muscles to pull it back. So we really have to think of our body as a whole and working for a whole program. So if you guys need help with this part, I have my personal training app if you guys need one-to-one support. And I also have my super affordable Healthy for Life membership where I have different workout programs in there. You can just open and there's day 1, there's day 2, there's day 3. It is all laid out. So if you guys need help with that, make sure you check the description. And the last piece that I want to talk about is staying active while you're traveling. Like, this is so hard for all of us. So when we go somewhere, we're just off of our timeline. We may not have the normal food we eat. It may be hard to get workouts. But when it comes to exercise, I encourage you, even if you're traveling or you're on vacation or you're visiting family, how can you make this work to still move your body? Can you take some resistance bands with you and use those for a workout? Can you do body weight workouts, either strength or yoga? Like body weight workouts, we can do squats. We can do push-ups. We can do glute bridges. And also think, how can I fit more movement into my time? So can I walk after a meal? Can I ask someone to go on a hike? Can I get up early and do a workout? So especially if you are busy and you have different family stuff going on, think about like, can I do a workout first thing in the morning before people get moving? Like if we don't have an activity planned that has movement later in the day, can I get up and make this a priority and do this? Because we have to be intentional if we're going to make this work. And you're going to feel so much better if you can keep some consistency to your exercise and movement routine while you're traveling or even like entertaining at our house. We have to put it as a priority. And it doesn't mean it has to be exactly the same. So maybe you normally do 30-minute walks a day, but maybe you're going to do 15 or 20 minutes. So keeping that consistency, even though it may shift a little bit, but you're keeping that habit in place. So I encourage you to just pause and think of what you need to take away from this episode. What do you need to do? What do you want to be intentional about? Where are you stuck and how can you get unstuck? How can you build consistency in those habits? If you're not exercising or working out, how can you start creating short, consistent workouts to help you through the season? All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed this episode and have a wonderful week.